So guys, I've been talking about this first vertex so many times, and I mentioned it and I told you to watch it. Let's see what is it all about. I will explain to you, and you are going to have amazing results and things that you really want to play with. Let's take, for example, an ellipse. An ellipse will do. Of course, I want a Bezier path. I will click and drag to create the ellipse. Okay, so we have a perfect circle here. The first vertex is the one that has a double square here. You can see it. Fine, I will open the ellipse and go to path. And I'm in path here. I will keyframe the path. Come after, let's say, 1 second. Press the V, that is the selection tool. Just press shift and move it over here. Simple as easy, okay? Now you notice what's happening. The first vertex here has to meet the first vertex on the second keyframe. By the way, vertexes are keyframeable. They are inside this keyframe. Now let's do some changes. We come over here, we shift click, and then we select this vertex and we right click on it, and top here you have mask and shape path. You have several options. One of them is to make them roto Bezier. That's not what we are looking for. And then the second one that is highlighted is set a first vertex. I will just set it. Now notice what's going to happen. The first vertex has to meet the first vertex on the second keyframe. And look what's happening now. The animation has changed totally, is going the other way. Because the first vertex here, if you noted, has to meet the first vertex on the other side. Let's take this one, this vertex, right click and say mask and path and set first vertex here. And then if you run the animation, you see that the first vertex has to meet the other first vertex. So how does it work? This vertex will meet the vertex on the other side. Cool. And the other vertexes are interpolated to meet the corresponding vertexes on the other side. Here you are, you have an animation now that is somehow rotating. Let's hide this layer. Cool. We know all about it. We lock it so we don't choose it. And go find something more complicated. Let's take a star and we click and drag. We make a nice star here. Let's make it small. Cool. I will come to the poly star. Of course, is a Bezier one, so it has a path. I will keyframe the path. Come after 1 second or 2 because I want to show you something in between later on. Take my selection tool and simply move it to this side. Double click on it and scale it up maybe. Yeah, scale it up, and let's see what's happening here. We have a very simple and dull animation. Let's select our path, and we take this node over here, and we make it the first vertex. And notice now the animation is totally different and beautiful. Here you are. You notice what happened. If in the middle here, I told you it's keyframeable, I changed the vertex, from here to this one, and I will say mask and path and set first vertex. Notice what's going to happen. It's going to go from here. So we have the first vertex here is going to meet the first vertex here. Here you are. We run slowly and it's meeting it. And then it changes to meet it on the other side. So actually you have quite some animations that you can do with this one, and they are very beautiful. Let's go to 3 seconds. I will show you something else. Select this one and put it in the middle, for example. This one in the middle and the other one in the middle, and something like this. It's quite amazing. I want just to show you how you can create so many beautiful animations using the shape layers. And actually it will be very, very interesting for you later on when you're doing your motion graphics. You will use the first vertex strategies to create some amazing animations. I will go back to the beginning very fast, and now I'll show you. It moves around, comes back, and here you are. Now this is amazing graphics, and I would like you to use the first vertex from time to time to transform a shape without having to do quite any animation with it. And here you are now masters in the shape layers, if it is Bezier or if it is parametric normal shapes. Thanks very much for listening. In the next lecture, I will explain to you how to destroy your path and how not to get results. And it's very important because I see it happening very many times. See you then.